Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another tactical analysis video, episode 5 of my manager series. It is on Nuno Espírito Santos, the current Wolves manager. This has been a requested video for the next manager. I said yesterday in my last episode 4 of my tactical analysis video of managers, which was Ralph Hasenhüttl. Some of you guys suggested to do Nuno Espírito Santos, so I'm going to be doing him. Did some of my research, did some tactical analysing, looked at him, his setup, his formation, his build-up play, his past achievements for you guys, and would he fit Chelsea? Would his defensive style, counter-attacking style fit Chelsea? We'll be delving into all that in this video, but before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down below your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into today's tactical analysis video. Now, starting off with Nuno Santos. Who is he? And let's look at his past achievements. Who has he managed in the past? Now, Nuno moved to Valencia in the 2014-15 season, where he secured a 4th place finish, securing top 4 on a Champions League spot, while winning the Manager of the Month award in Spain 3 times, which is an impressive achievement, 100%. He used to be goalkeeping coach before he was a full-time manager in the summer of 2010, before being given his first senior coaching appointment 2 years later with the Portuguese side Rio Ave. In his second season, Rio Ave were finalists in both of the domestic cup competitions, qualifying for the UEFA Europa League for the first time in their history. Again, another impressive stat. In his first season in Molineux was a triumph, as Nuno led the club to promotion and the championship title, finishing 9 points clear. Again, after his stint at Valencia, he was then appointed Wolves manager. Again, he was in the championship, he won the championship title, he is in Premier League, and they've been staying up ever since, doing extremely well, securing a 7th place finish. As I said, his first season at Molineux, his second season at the Molineux, he's guided them to a 7th place finish in the 2018-19 season, for the club's highest ever Premier League finish and their highest in the English top flight since the 1979-1980 season. Their reported defeat the following campaign, having been in contention for a top 4 spot during their run. And again, he's been tremendous. They've been, far away from relegation. The type of football they've been playing, their scouting, the type of players they have. He's got the best out of them. You have to give credit to Nuno for that. Now let's look at his formation. What kind of manager is he? Now, he usually sets up with a 3 at the back formation. He sets up with a 3-5-2 or predominantly a 3-4-3 formation. He's a very defensive type of manager, more of a counter-attacking system. He likes to essentially break fast in numbers, with pace and precision. Now, Wolverhampton have had their most success in that 3-4-3 formation, and their fullbacks have been industrial. But in a moment, I'll be getting into why their fullbacks have actually, in fact, been industrial. But initially, when they first came to Premier League, they had Johnny and Doherty as their wing backs. Doherty, of course, has moved to Tottenham, and Johnny is no longer at the club. And currently, they have Nelson Semedo at that right wing back spot, and they have Ait Nouri at that left wing back spot. Again, very industrial, but we're getting into that why their front 3 of Jimenez, Traore and Podence has caused a lot of problems since his arrival in the Premier League, who has been outstanding. Now, why are Nuno's fullbacks industrial? Why is it so pivotal to the system that he operates in? Now, again, like I said, much has been made of success, the likes of Jimenez, Adama Traore, Podence, etc. But Wolves' attacking flair would not be the same without their fullback. It just simply wouldn't be as potent without their wing backs of Nelson Semedo and Ait Nouri. Semedo is one of the most progressive, forward-thinking fullbacks in world football, and has become such an underrated member of this incredible Wolves team. Ait Nouri, meanwhile, is an experienced fullback who had previously played in the Europa League but also gone through development as well, and both have been so industrious and defensively sound for Wolverhampton in the Premier League that they've both earned call-ups for their respective clubs, for their respective nations. Again, as I stressed, when Nuno initially came to the Premier League, even when he deploying his system, they had Doherty and they had Johnny. Again, they got call-ups for their respective nations, and they were industrial, and you wouldn't see the success likes of Raúl Jiménez, Adama Traore, because the idea of their fullbacks is their defence is defensively so solid, because defensively in the transition, they form a 5-4-1 in the transition, so they have a 5 at the back, and it gives them that extra man in that defence, giving them more solidity. Going forward, you've got the fullbacks pushing up. They overlap the wingers of Traore and Podence, or in the past it was Diogo Jota, who's currently at Liverpool. You have the fullbacks that are bombing up and down, and the wingbacks would overlap, creating a 2v1 overloads, creating space, allowing Traore and Podence to operate in the half spaces, having more space in between lines to cause more damage, etc. And more passing angles, more passing choices in lanes, etc. So again, they're industrial. If the fullback's having a poor game, Wolves will simply have a poor game, because they are pivotal defensively and offensively. Again, even in the midfield, because you have the 3-4-3, you then automatically have a 2 in the midfield as a pivot. By having the fullbacks, if needs be, they can push slightly forwards, and they would then form a 4 in that midfield, having a left mid and a right mid. So those fullbacks are industrial. Again, for the reason why Wolves score a lot of goals and they keep a lot of clean sheets is because of their fullbacks. It's as simple as that. Now, what's also remarkable about Wolves, about their use of their wing backs, is that you will frequently see both of them popping up at the 18-yard box at the same time. It's quite infrequent to see the likes of Semedo or Ait Nouri, just whipping in consistently. They are both wing backs that consistently get into the 18-yard box if needs be, and they create spaces on a consistent basis. Now, it's probably unsurprising for anyone to hear that defensively Wolves' shape changes to a 5-4-1 in the transition, as I stated, or a 5-3-2 when they're playing with their other regular formation. Now, what's also impressive about this is how industrious Ait Nouri and also Nelson Semedo have been quickly adapting to the defensive role after making long bursting runs forward. Again, their stamina has to be on point. If you're a wing back, you're bombing up and down that pitch for 90 minutes, your stamina has to be on point, because you're going to get tired later in the game. So for you to make those bursting runs, for you to create that 2v1 overloads, and then when you lose the ball in the transition, be able to bomb back, you have to be fit. It's as simple as that. And if you're playing in the Christmas period every 2-3 days, you are going to get tired. Hence why with Nuno Espírito Santos, you're going to need adepts, wing backs as backup, because you can't have these two playing every 3 days, playing at the the intensity that they are. That's why Wolves sometimes dip at the Christmas period at the same time. Now let's look at Neves's and Moutinho's control in that pivot. They also play a significant role in Nuno Espírito Santos' system. Ruben Neves and João Moutinho is one of the best central midfield duos in all of European football, let alone the Premier League. The understanding that the two players have with one another is immense, and is further extended to heightened levels of impressiveness when they play in a trio alongside Dendoncker. Unlike most players in Wolves' lineup, Neves and Moutinho aren't the type of players to be running all over the place up and down. They are so positionally aware of where they are that they have to be both on the pitch. They simply don't have to. Further, with their incredible distribution, both Portuguese central midfielders are key distributors and creators in possession, and they are frequently used as a key mechanism for switching the play. Most of Wolves' possession comes in the middle third, but it is probably a bit shocking to find out that only 21% of their possession this season has come in the middle of the pitch, compared to 42% on the right hand side and 37% on the left. This is in large part due to the desire of Wolves to get their rising star Adama Traore and Podence on the ball at every possible opportunity. Whether it's Moutinho or Neves, they will often be looking to play Traore and Podence in behinds, and favouring the two of Wolves' most industrial and bright attacking players. So although Neves and Moutinho are frequently in possession of the ball and are virtually the two players to complete the most passes for their team this season, they are hardly ever on the ball for a long time before delivering it, because they have to play the balls extremely quick. That's the type of system that Nuno would like. Now finally, let's look at the chemistry of the front three between Podence, Traore, Raúl Jiménez, etc. Everyone that watched Wolves in their first season in the Premier League will understand how instrumental and how industrial likes of Raúl Jiménez, Jota at the time, Adama Traore, and even Nuno Santos has spoken about length, about the fantastic understanding that the two players have between each other. It's even a bit of a throwback to the 4-4-2 with a big man alongside a smaller, speedy runner in Raúl Jiménez, who's essentially been Wolves' best player. Unfortunately, he's out injured with that fractured skull, but again, he's been tremendous for Wolves. He's by far their key man, has one of their best strikers around. Not only is he Mexican capable of scoring goals for fun, he's also one of the best of his back to goal, constantly linking up with others, and this is wonderfully demonstrated by the 13 goals and 6 assists that he accumulated in his first ever Premier League season. His ability to drop in deep in between lines and come deep to collect the ball, similarly to how Roberto Firmino does at Liverpool, while simultaneously fulfilling the role of a target man to get at the end of crosses and hold up play for other players. Again, a nightmare for opposition players, because he's stocky, he's strong, he's physical back to goal, he's got fantastic aerial ability, he scores a lot of headers, he's got good technique with his feet, again relatively agile, nice link up play. He's a bit of a mixture, I would say he's a bit of a Giroud/Firmino mixture, but with a clinical edge as well. He's currently in his prime. He wasn't this good when he was younger. As he's developed his game, he's been tremendous. But again, for the likes of Raúl Jiménez, Podence, Traore to operate, those fullbacks are key. In a Nuno Espírito Santos system, those fullbacks have to operate at 100% capacity. They have to be, because as I said, if they're having a poor game, those front three will have a poor game, because they're the ones that are providing the service. Yes, you have the pivot of Neves and Moutinho delivering the long balls, but essentially those fullbacks are the legs of the team. They are the spine of the team. If something happens to those two, they are in trouble. That's why you need equipped, adequate backup, fullbacks that are similar quality on the bench in a Nuno Espírito Santos system. So I could believe that if he came to Chelsea, Alonso would be utilised efficiently. You got like Chilwell and Alonso. You got Reece James on the right hand side, and Aspi wouldn't cut it because he simply hasn't got legs for a Santos system. So if Santos did become Chelsea manager, we'll be looking at a quality, top quality right wing back to essentially compete with Reece James. Maybe a Hakimi would be perfect in that position. But again, they are the legs of the team, and for those front three to be on fire, you need the fullbacks on fire as well. It's as simple as that. But again, defensively solid, offensively dangerous, compact, defensive, blistering on the counter-attack. That is essentially summing up what Nuno Santos does, and he's shown that he can do it on a sustainable level for a few years now on a consistent basis. It's truly impressive. I'm not even going to deny that. But yes, that is wrapping up the tactical analysis video on Nuno Santos. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down below your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.